All right, everyone. Welcome to One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and so thankful that you guys are able to join us tonight. It's a Monday night, and I know you all had a great weekend, but it's time to kick in and get ready to go for this week that's coming up. And speaking of things that are coming up, I've got some great guests on here tonight that we're going to talk a little bit about casino night that's happening at Lincoln University here pretty soon. They've got lots of great information about that and why it is so important, this fundraising event, and why it is so important to Lincoln University, the Blue Tiger Athletic Club, and just our community in general. So excited to be able to get to spend some time with them. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys. It's not even out yet until tomorrow, but we've got the latest edition of Sports Soccer Magazine. Just picked that up today. And we've got the Big Whiskey's coach of the issue right here, Coach Damon Wells, right there at Jefferson City High School. And we're thankful for Big Whiskey's and their sponsorship. Again, it is so important to make sure that we not only recognize the student athletes, but the coaches that put in all of their time and all of the hard work that they do as far as making sure that our student athletes are taken care of and doing things at their peak level. So again, we want to thank this Big Whiskies for being the sponsor of our Coach of the Issue. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna, stop talking really quickly here, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some awesome people. You're gonna get to see their faces instead of mine. I know the glare is bothering you guys, so we're gonna change some things up and bring in some other people that will be able to brighten things up other than my head. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Good.
well, Kurt.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. As everybody can see, we've got Dennis Mueller up top. We got Sarah Bowl right next to him above me. And then we've got Kevin Wilson, the athletic director at Lincoln University. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
You.
Now,
Thanks for
Kevin,
having us.
you're like down away from Jefferson City. You're down in Springfield. You've got your kind of work and family at the same time. That's a lot going on down there, right?
Just a little bit, Kirk. Just a little bit. I'm fortunate to have been invited down to the GLVC Summit to visit with the some of our future colleagues down in the GLVC, which is our future conference. So to visit with them and talk about some issues that they'll be wrestling with for this upcoming season. And so just visiting with colleagues down here for the next 3 days and able to bring some of my family with me as well. And so down here just enjoying some company with them and talking about some contemporary issues as well as some things that we'll be wrestling with as a conference moving forward as well. So just really fortunate to be with them today.
Yeah, that's awesome. And by the way, your haircut's awesome too. Just saying, you know.
I appreciate it. Obviously, we see the same barber. Obviously,
And I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't put us side by side on purpose, but hey, it works. That's good.
that's
Kevin, I want
right.
to,
That's
real
right.
quick, as I'm going into some other questions, I wanted to ask you to just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your position at Lincoln and how things are going so far.
Oh, absolutely. Just born a guy from Georgia. I'm here, kind of responsible for. I wear a couple hats. I'm responsible for accumulating resources for both for the university. Essentially, I serve as the VP for advancement and athletics. And so essentially oversee both areas and just essentially trying to accumulate resources for our student athletes and our students. And so I get to see young men and women from all over the country come and compete both on and off the field and in life. And so and that big part of that is getting to work with great individuals in the Blue Tiger Athletic Club. And so which for the most part used to be former student athletes here as well. And so and used to be students here also. And so and so and you got great events like casino night, and so
Mhm.
we work in lockstep to help accomplish some of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, and that's just one of the great things that we're able to do. And so that's what we're talking about today, and so look forward to talk about the impact that we're able to do through this great event.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Hey, Dennis, I
Absolutely.
just want to ask you about your involvement at Lincoln University. How you got involved with the Blue Tiger Athletic Club?
Okay, currently I'm the current president of the Blue Tiger Athletic Club. I attended Lincoln in the 70s, a few years back on a baseball scholarship. Um, I joined at that time, it was the quarterback club. After going to an LU basketball game, it was one of the first year that Coach President Mosley was there. There was about 12 or 15 of us that went to the game. After the game, we went to Prison Brews, and not knowing Mosley and Coach Carter, they both showed up uh, after the game, and we sat and talked for about an hour and a half up there, and we all decided at the time that it was that we were all going to get more involved with the with Lincoln, and at that time the quarterback club. The first thing after we joined, I mean, a lot of us, we went to a meeting, and the first thing at that time we found out that the club was in a $250,000 debt for the weight rooms. So we thought about that again. About are we sure we want to be involved? But Victor Paisley at the time was the president, and first thing we did was looked at changing the name because it wasn't just we weren't just supporting the football. We were going to support all the athletic programs. So we changed the name to the Blue Tiger Athletic Club, and it's really gone from there. It's really involved. We at that time we probably had 30 or 40 members, and now we're close to the 500 mark.
Wow.
It's everything has just been going great. We've got great members, people that are involved, and we're looking forward to this year and adding the other sports. It's really going to make Lincoln and the community good. What's good for Lincoln is good for the community. So
Absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
so,
That's outstanding. 500 members. That's outstanding. Very good.
right. And
Like,
originally, but before you go, originally it started out well. Go ahead. I mean,
no, no, you're good. Go ahead.
I'll fill that in later. I'm
Okay.
trying to. So okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just thought, the transition of talking about outstanding and then moving into outstanding people. We've got Sarah Bowl on here. She's outstanding. And so I just thought it was a good segue, right?
I like it. I like
All
it.
right, good. Well, Sarah, you're very involved in a whole bunch of different things, but tell us how you got involved with the Blue Tiger Athletic Club and with Casino Nights.
So I'm just like Dennis. I graduated from Lincoln a little bit later than him, but and I also was on the tennis team at Lincoln, so I was an athlete there as well, and I had the best experience. I when I played tennis there, I was actually the only person from the United States on the team. So everybody else was from a different country, and I got to learn so much. And we just had so much fun playing tennis and going different places. And then I graduated from there, and we moved to Springfield, and I lived there for a while. And when we came back, my husband and I and our kids, I wanted to get involved. And so this was one of the things I got involved in because I've been to a few community events, and I went to casino night when I moved back just randomly, and it was one of the most fun events I'd ever been to because not only was there a program and it helped raise money for the student athletes at Lincoln, but there was an activity with it. So you were gambling, and it was fake money. So I didn't lose any real money off that part of it. And so after I went to that event, I decided to get involved, and I I don't know how long I've been involved. I thought I'd been on the board for a couple years, but I think Dennis, it was at the beginning of this year that you were like, Sarah, you're not actually on the board. So we made it we made it official. So yeah, that's how I got involved. I went to Lincoln. My dad taught at Lincoln for a while, played sports there, so I wanted to give back too.
Outstanding. This, I mean, just seeing the different changes that have taken place, especially over the last several years, it is absolutely great stuff happening over there. And you guys, thank you for all that you're doing with that and making a difference in our community. Dennis, can you tell us a little bit about Casino Night, when it will be this year, and give us a
Sure.
little history on some prior years?
Okay. Yeah. This year it's going to be August the 12th. At doors open at 5:30. Um, and we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, we're going to have 600 people there. A little bit history on it. It started back when Coach Jones was here for the football program, and it originally started. They had a tent that they pitched a tent on at Reed Stadium, and those years it was just right after the Rams had won the Super Bowl, and so Coach Jones was a hot topic. And then he brought in Coach Dick Vermeil was the speaker at the time, and that's how it originally started. I think they did it maybe 2 or 3 years on the football field. Got a little warm down there at times, so we decided about. I think Sarah, you might be able to tell me for sure, but I think about 6 years ago is when we moved it to Jason, and we had it there for 2 or 3 years, and then luckily we outgrew Jason Gym, and we moved it to the Link, um, and we're expecting again, 500 to 600 people there, um, and it's been a really good attended event, and it really helps the us raising funds to help our coaches be able to compete, with and was in the MIAA with some of the big schools and their big money that they have,
Mm-hmm.
and so we can help the coaches do a little better recruiting and go out and try to get some of the better athletes. But it's been a really good event. It's been well attended. Like and Sarah took over for Deb Brown. Had a lot to do with it for the first 3 or 4 years, and Sarah was there and has done an outstanding job. And at that time, I said, "Hey, Sarah, it's what you're doing. You need to be on the board." So I talked to the other board members. We got Sarah appointed to the board. So she's done
There
a
you
great
go.
job. So,
That's awesome. Sarah, so you as an individual, what kind of impact are you trying to make with this, and the impact not only at Lincoln but in the community?
One of the things is we just want to provide as much as we can for our student athletes. Kevin talks about this quite a bit at the meetings. There's a lot of schools with a lot more funds available to their student athletes. And so we're just trying to help bridge that gap as much as we can. And Casino Night is the largest fundraiser. And then also funds from Casino Night help in the community because the Blue Tiger Athletic Club, hosts tailgates before football games, during basketball games. And so community members can be part of the Blue Tiger Athletic Club and they can come to these tailgates and be involved in Lincoln athletics. So, you not only get to have fun and hang out with people who love to watch athletics and be a part of Lincoln and support Lincoln, but then, you get to watch good sports too. You get to go and, watch and enjoy athletics as a fan. And I
Mm,
think that's so important for our community. The local high schools, they have such good support, and we want that same thing for Lincoln University.
very good, very good. Well, Kevin, how beneficial? Well, let's make this a two-part question. What do you appreciate about these two and what they're putting into the Blue Tiger Athletic Club? And then just tell us how beneficial is Casino Night with what you're trying to do at Lincoln.
Well, I think it's funny how Kevin gets the two-part question. Everybody else gets the straightforward questions, but the athletic director gets the two-part
That's
questions.
right.
And so,
You
but
got. You,
I get
remember, you
I get
said
it.
you're juggling stuff.
It's fine. It's
Kevin, you're
fine.
making
It's
the
fine.
big bucks. You're making the big bucks.
Okay. Hey, I get it. I get it.
No.
No, I can't thank Dennis and Sarah and the rest of the leadership enough. I mean, since day one, well, really since day zero, I like to call it. When I before I got here, they've been nothing but welcoming and receiving. I tell everybody all the time, our students are our greatest asset, That's because whenever you graduate, nobody's going to care about the institution more than you do. Nobody's going to care about your degree more than you do. And I tell our students and athletes that all the time. And these two are a living proof of that. And their service to their institution well beyond their years of attending are proof of that. And so I thank them for their service. I appreciate everything that they're doing, well beyond their years of being student athletes. And so, a testament to Sarah. Unfortunately, we no longer, we don't sponsor her program right now, and many students in her, many of the alumni in her position would be bitter. They would take a bitter stance on that, and they wouldn't be supportive. They would be more so kind of on the opposite. But I think Sarah is a very great example of understanding the current economic times and saying, hey, the institutions in our position have to make tough decisions. We just recently brought baseball back, and up until this point, people in Dennis's position, being a former baseball player, would say, "Hey, I'm going to be bitter about that," and say, I don't like the fact that you made that decision. But rather than being part of the problem, they chose to be a part of the solution. And so, I commend them. I applaud them for being that. And so they chose to be a part of the solution through avenues like being supported through the Blue Tiger Athletic Club. And so, that is what this does. And being a part of organizations like that, that is what it does for people in my position. It shows you that you care. We don't have a Kevin Kone in our organization without people like Dennis and Sarah. It just does not happen. When you find great athletes, great coaches, and great administrators, and great leadership, you can't have those individuals without great support. It's just not going to happen. And so I think when we can, as we continue to grow efforts like this, you'll continue to see a better product on the field. And so that's exactly what this represents. And I get excited when we continue to grow efforts like this. I think we're going to do nothing but continue that momentum as we continue to move forward.
That's great. And so I'm going to give you two an opportunity. Besides his awesome haircut, what do you guys, Sarah, you can start with, what do you appreciate about Kevin and what he brings to Lincoln University?
I really appreciate how much information we get from him, because every meeting, he tells us exactly what's going on, for better or for worse, how it's going down, what's transpired. So that way we feel like we're in the know, and we feel like, we're supporting the right things. And so I just appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that he is doing so many things at the university, and he has his family, and he's juggling all these things and doing a great job. And he has the cutest kids.
Thank you. Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Dennis, your turn. Why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about what you appreciate?
Okay, I think what the community and everything is going to realize is when we have these new sports coming on at the university, the quality of the coaches that Kevin has hired. The people, once they meet these coaches, they are going to be really impressed. They are all three quality individuals, and their energy is just unbelievable. And I think the community is going to be impressed with the soccer programs and baseball, and it's going to be coming. Baseball's coming back. It's going to be played down at Ernie Vivian Field. That's where we played when I was at Lincoln. So that's a great facility down there, and looking forward to those. And now Kevin's really done a great job with bringing the people in that just impressed. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
guys, you've
Thank
done
you.
an outstanding job on this first half of the interview. I'm going to take a quick sponsor break and give you a little moment, and we'll be right back here in just a few moments.
CNS Business Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, they do an outstanding job right here in mid-Missouri. They make sure that they hook employers up with the workforce that they need, and they are seeking people with talent to be able to fill those positions. And CNS Employment Solutions also seeks after those people to be able to put into those positions. So they do an outstanding job of bringing those two together and making our workforce that much more effective right here in mid-Missouri. And, you know, it's important because we have lots of students, student athletes at places like Lincoln University that, you know, they're looking for quality jobs, and it's very good to be able to have a great institution like CNS Employment Solutions. So we appreciate them. Guys, I've been having fun with this interview here, and it's exciting to be able to talk to three very enthusiastic people and what they're doing, and excited to have them on here tonight. And it's been a great first half. One thing I did not tell them is that I went ahead and eliminated the speed round tonight, so there won't be any embarrassing questions or anything like that. I know you got to get back to your families, and so we won't take that much more time. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing what you're doing tonight. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Brett.
for having
Yeah,
us.
Our pleasure.
absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, I'm going to come back at you, but this time it's only a single question. I'm not doing a two-part.
Okay.
So why don't you
Thank
tell
you.
us how people can get involved with Casino Night and other fundraising events at Lincoln?
Well, there are several ways, and I think Dennis will be mad at me and Sarah as well if I don't first and foremost say purchasing a table. We're only 10 tables away from accomplishing our goal of selling out all our tables. So you can purchase a table for $500. And so definitely encourage you to purchase a table. You can also purchase a ticket to the event as well. Or you can just sponsor. You can also do that as well in terms of getting involved with the event. You can also make a general donation to the Blue Tiger Athletic Club if you can attend. Uh, and so those are the ways that you can support. Or you can also donate an auction item. It's not too late to do that. I do believe I received a couple of emails of people that were trying to donate some auction items, and so you can also do that as well. And so if I would be remiss if I missed anything, but those are the ways that I would recommend anybody get involved with Casino Night directly.
All right, good. Dennis, how did he do?
Did good. He did a good
Okay,
job.
good.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Sarah, how, from your perspective, how can this event further the mission at Lincoln?
I think just every year as this event gets bigger and grows, it invites community members to be a part of Lincoln Athletics. I think one of the best things is at Casino Night, the dealers are actually the coaches at Lincoln. So community members get to put the face to a name, and they get to interact with these coaches and get to know them a little bit. And I think that's so great for the community because once you get to know these coaches, they're absolutely wonderful. And then you want to go support them at games, and then you get to know the student athletes. And it's a snowball effect to get more involved with Lincoln Athletics.
Okay, so we don't like have any card sharks among the coaches where they're like, you know,
No guarantees.
no
No
guarantees. Okay, all
guarantees.
right. Just want to make sure not any unfair advantages when they're, you know, what they're dealing. So that's good. Dennis, what's your message to the community about what's taking place at the university? Why events like this are so important?
Okay. One thing before we go on,
Yes.
most of these coaches, if they're dealing in Vegas or at one of the boats, they get fired because
Yeah.
they're pretty. They're pretty. Our goal is there for everybody there to win and have a good time. The thing about this event, it just helps us help the coaches. You know, I mentioned the three new coaches, but all the coaches at Lincoln are outstanding. We are, I mean, this is probably the best crew I've ever been. You know, I've been around for a few years, but they are just dedicated and really involved with Lincoln. And we're looking forward to all the sports this year, and then looking forward to next year to go in the new conference so we can be a little bit more competitive in couple sports. We're competitive in most of them already, but it's just hard to beat some of those big budget schools that they have. Um, this event just gives us the opportunity to give back to our coaches um, some extra money to do some extra recruiting, to go out and get an athlete that they maybe wouldn't have had the opportunity to go after before. Um, so I know a couple of the coaches said, "Hey, are we going to get that little extra budget?" I said, "Well, depends on our membership and how we do a casino night. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be able to give them a little bit bigger boost this year." So it's definitely a great event for Lincoln and the community. So
Mhm.
You don't get that question a whole lot, do you? You know, you'll boost our budget. You don't get that too much, do you?
no, oh yeah, few times.
Hey, I wanted to ask you real quick before. I mean, I don't want to forget this. What position did you play in baseball, Dennis?
I played third base.
Okay, you were
Uh,
right there in the power alley. Okay.
Yeah, and we had a lot of local people, and I'll put a plug in for one person that was there. Congressman Luke Meyer was our left fielder at the time,
All right. That's something that
and
probably a lot of people didn't know.
I
then
didn't know.
one of our past presidents, Stan Harn. I'll put a plug in. He was a shortstop, so
Okay.
uh, yeah,
I was a tough left side of the field, wasn't
yeah, uh huh.
it? All right. Kevin, can you tell us what people can expect from the event this year? I mean, any surprises, anything like that?
So if I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise
I
anymore. Now would
know,
it,
I
Kurt?
know. You know, it's my job. I got to try to be able to, dig in and get something.
Come on, man.
All
No,
right. I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so last year, we surprised everybody with telling everybody we were adding sports. So that was one of the surprises. But we know we do have some surprises this year, but I'm not going to tell.
Good. Good.
Um, but we definitely going to expect good people, good food. Um, there's definitely some great entertainment. I'm a big casino guy myself, and so I love the games. I think it's really unique when our coaches get to really interact with our supporters. I think it's really awesome seeing our coaches kind of in that environment outside of coaching.
Hmm.
I look forward to seeing their interaction in that social setting. I don't know if we're going to bring back the cigar piece. I think that's always awesome to see the cigar bar. I think that's a really nice environment. Um, and then also, I think a lot of something that a lot of people don't see is our student athletes helping with the setup and the breakdown. I think, so in particularly our football team, they really are an integral piece to kind of putting all the pieces together with the tables and everything with the squares. And it's a really beautiful thing to see them kind of rally together and put that together, because you really get to see a unique side of their personalities, who's complaining, who's really trying to get things done. And it really kind of gives me a glimpse of how good we'll be when adversity hits in the
Right.
upcoming season. And so for me, I always appreciate that time, trying to see those guys during that time. Um, so I, so for me, besides the food, I think that's good for me. And then hopefully we avoid the ham tobacco this year as well. And then hopefully I think the silent auction is always interesting because I always like to see who likes to bid on the dinner with Dr. Mosley, and then of course his inspirational speech at the end of the night. So that's always a treat. So
Yeah.
and I like to limit my talking time as it relates to him. I like to speak before him, not after. So
Yeah. That's exactly. You're a smart man. We got to be able
yes,
to pick our
yes,
places, don't we?
that's right, that's right, that's right.
Sarah, any details that you want to further share about casino night? Anything that you
You know,
you
I
feel in?
just I'd love to give a couple plugs, get those in there. First of all, food wise, we're having Steve's Family Style Restaurant, so fried chicken and all the fixing. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And then I just wanted to give a special shout out to, and I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. She would kill me if I said she knew I said this, so hopefully she's not watching. But Deb Brown and her family this year have done some extra special things for this casino night. So just a huge shout out to them. Hitachi Energy, they are so involved in the community and
Mm-hmm.
do such a great job with everything. And they're helping out this out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Newman, Calmly, and Ruth, their law firm is one of our sponsors as well. So we appreciate all they've done so far. And then, of course, everyone getting tables and being table sponsors, we appreciate that. And then just a extra special thank you. Like the three of us are on here, but nothing gets done without a big team. And
Mm-hmm.
so we have Deb Brown and Mary and Brenda and Donna all on the decorations committee because we're having new decorations this year
Mm-hmm.
that are lean toward more toward the blue, going back to Lincoln colors this year instead of the black and red casino colors. And then, Freddie and Steve and Stan and I'm forgetting somebody, Joe and Andrew. So it's a team effort to get
Mm-hmm.
all this going. And John Schulte, of course. So,
Yeah,
Dennis is leading our team this year and everybody is doing their part to help out to bring this event together. And so I just want to say thank you to all of them because it
yeah,
takes a lot of work, a lot of moving
absolutely,
parts.
Yeah.
absolutely. You guys have done so well. I've got okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Each one of you, after I get done asking Dennis this last question, each one of you, I'm going to give you one of our speed round questions, and then we'll finish with that. Just a fun question. But Dennis, first, who can attend, and how do they get connected to do that?
All right. Before, Sarah did a really good job of naming some names, but I kind of jotted down who she forgot. We
Thank
want to include everybody. And
Absolutely.
you.
on the board has done an outstanding job. We got Andrew, we got Joe, Jervy, Al, Jackie, and Kyle. Everybody's been involved and done a lot of work. I know Kevin mentioned about the cigar bar, and we are going to have it this year. Clyde Lear is going to be the sponsor this year for the cigar bar. So
Mhm.
we want to put his name out there too. To get tickets, anybody can come. You don't have to be a member of the Blue Tiger Athletic Club to attend. You can purchase tickets at Legends Bank at 130 East McCarty Street. You can call them up at 636-4193. And then also, I know Lucinda over at Lincoln. If you want to pay by credit card or whatever, you can call her.
Mhm.
Kevin has probably her contact number. I don't have it right here in front of me, but Kevin could give you that. Because today I was over there and she was on the phone and I said, "Hey, are you talking to so and so?" And she said, "Yeah, how did you know?" I said, "Because they had just called me wanting to know how to get tickets and to do it by um, credit card, and Lucinda can do that. So, but anybody can come. It starts at 5:30 at the link. Uh, Casual attire. You can come in shorts. You can come dressed to the T if you want. Just any way you want to come. We just need you to come. And once you're there, if you're not a member, once you see the event, we're hoping you're going to join. So we need everybody to come out and help LU. So
All right.
Mhm.
Well, you guys, thank you again. Great information, great event, and just absolutely great people and a great university. So excited that things are continuing to progress and grow, and looking forward to the future. Okay, I did say we've got to ask the speed round questions, and we're just going to go ahead and jump right back up to you, Dennis. What was the most embarrassing moment you ever had on the baseball field?
oh gosh, we were well. It wasn't on the baseball field. We were at SIU Carbondale. They were the number two team in the country. Uh, it was pouring down raining the night before, and we figured we're not going to be playing. So, being young guys, 21 years old, we kind of went out, and next morning, Coach Mink hitting on our doors and going, "Let's go, guys." We walked out there, fields covered, batting cages, everything, and 5,000 people there to watch the game. And first time we had ever seen aluminum bats.
Ah,
So we made Coach buy us aluminum bat when we got back. So everybody used the aluminum bat.
there
And
you
at the
go.
time, 8 of the 9 starters on SIU Carbondale's team at the time, and I think they were 2 or 3 in the country, had been drafted, because I was talking to the coach, and he would also find out that he was the head coach of the team. So he said, "So I got 4 grosses of wooden bats, and everybody uses that one." So we made Coach Mink buy us when we got.
All right. Very good. Thank you on that. Okay, so Sarah, yours is next, and I thought we kind of a twofold thing here. So you deal with you have a almost 3-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so lots going on there. But what is the largest wild animal that you feel like you can take down yourself?
Ugh. You know, not many. I'm scared of most. So maybe just a cat.
A cat? Okay. All right. What do you think? What do you think, Kevin? You think she should? Is there a different animal you kind of picture her being able to take down?
No, no. See, I've seen Sarah in action at casino night. I'll probably say like Stan. I think she can take Stan down.
Okay.
I could,
There
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
I think
16.
all right.
she can take Stan down.
There you go. And then Kevin, you were talking about. You said you were a food guy. So, what is your go-to meal or snack after a hard day's work?
After a hard day's work, my go-to meal or snack, my wife's tacos.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, yeah, my wife's tacos. She makes great tacos. I give her a hard time about it. I'm like, oh, your go-to is your tacos, but yeah, my wife's tacos. They're like my comfort food.
All right. Hard shell, soft shell.
Yeah. Hard,
All
absolutely
right.
hard
There you
shell,
go. That's it. That's what
no
we're
doubt,
talking about. All right. Well,
no
guys,
doubt.
thank you.
I thought you were gonna give me the most embarrassing moment. I would have had one for you on the
Well,
football
I'll
field.
take it. I'll take it. This is
I'd
bonus right
have
here.
one
Go
for you.
ahead.
Bonus. All right. So we were playing a Ralph Regent ranked University of Maryland football team, and so we were getting demolished. This is when Davis was the starting tight end for Maryland. He had 300 receiving yards on us as a tight end,
Hmm.
and so by that point, like everybody was playing, and so they had the so my so myself and my teammate DeAndre, we had literally had a free rush to the quarterback. Don't know what happened, and we have it on film to this day. The offensive lineman whiffed on me. It was a blitz. He whiffed on me. I got right past. I swam him. DeAndre blitzed. We had a free run to him. The quarterback stepped up, and we ran smack into each other, and it made it on ESPN. And we made
There you
it.
go.
It made it in the ESPN. Kind of like I forgot what it's called. Like what? Like they call it like what are you doing? Or you had one. Yeah, not top 10. You had one job.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, we ran into we tackled each other, and like
There you go.
like quarterback stepped up, we ran into each other. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever had happen on the football field. It was because you just know you don't expect to like just have a free
Right.
run at the quarterback. We just ran it. We like literally. Now they say party at the quarterback. Like we literally
Uh-huh.
had a party at the quarterback. It was the most embarrassing thing ever.
And I bet that
So yeah.
quarterback was happy after watching that film, saying, "Oh, that would have hurt." I'm glad I got out of the
Oh,
way.
check this out, man. I didn't watch ESPN for like 6 months.
Yeah.
For like 6 months. Then watch ESPN for like 6 months, bro. So
Well,
yeah,
to
man.
be fair,
Yep.
go ahead.
It was
Copy
bad.
casino night.
It was bad. It was
What'd you,
bad.
what'd you
No, it
say,
was
Dennis?
bad.
Yeah, we
It was
you
Yep,
can
you
get
have
us
a
that
copy.
link. We can show that at casino night.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was bad.
Well, I'm
It was
glad
bad.
mine wasn't on film, so I feel like I need to share this just because you guys did. But I was playing baseball and was diving head first into second base, and the field was tacky, and I stuck, and my legs went all the way over the top to the front of my head, and I was not made to bend that way.
Oof.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so that was my most
Man.
embarrassing moment, and I didn't make it to the bag. I literally stuck in the mud. So
Oh,
Mm.
no.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
I,
bad.
Ca-
It's
I
bad.
have one for you guys.
okay,
This was coaching actually, and this was also caught on film. And every coaches gathering we have, they like to play it in slow motion on the TV. I don't know if you guys know Darren Heckman, Coach Heckman.
yes.
We were coaching and we were in the timeout and we were playing against Jeff City and their cheerleader came and did a back handspring right into me and I fell over into the timeout and like I got up and my hair, I had a ponytail and my hair was all on the side of my head and
Mm.
so I was like, oh man, that is horrible. I never want to see that. And the next morning, Ryan Fick is like, hey, I think we could get on the huddle cam and get that film.
That
So
there you go,
now it's
No.
now it's out in public.
Dennis. There you go. Entertainment right there.
No.
You've got a few things you can work from.
Yes.
All right.
We love film casino
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, Sarah, Kevin, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. If you'll hold on for just a minute after I close out the program, I just want to quickly visit with you. But thanks for taking your time out and taking your time out from your families to be on here and talk about just such a great event. So I will be right back with you guys, but just wanted to say thank you. And then any last comments you want to make, you feel free to do that right now.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
having us. Again.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Kurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, we have had an outstanding interview tonight with Dennis Mueller, Sarah Bowl, and Kevin Wilson, and they were telling us about Casino Night. That's coming up on August 12th. You heard them. Make sure that you get tickets. If you can't do anything, try to get tickets and be there for this great event, supporting such a great program and programs at Lincoln University, the Blue Tiger Athletic Club. They're working very hard and they've got a lot of really talented people doing a lot of hard work and making sure that the student athletes are set up for years to come. So again, we want to appreciate them. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the program tonight. Make sure that you share this with your friends. We'll make sure that we get it shared out to the schools and a lot of local businesses. But make sure you do your part and share it as well so we can get that message out there. All right, that's all I've got tonight. This is your host, Kirk DeMars. This was One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next week.